So JD dropped an absolute bombshell in the courtroom, essentially calling that nameless person crazy and putting them on blast. That's right, he's calling out their mental health situation. He's saying that she has a past there, that she is not fit to bring the accusations that she's throwing around. That's why he wants an independent mental examination. And interestingly enough, in Virginia, this can happen. It is up to the discretion of the judge. The gloves are off. This stuff, it's a good move too, in my opinion, because if granted well, it's going to bring up a lot of interesting stuff. You and I, we're going to talk about that today. Fun times, huh? Fun times indeed. Oh man, so hey there to all you fine folks on this fine day, by the way. I hope you are doing excellently. And this move, it is a fascinating one, kind of a hilarious one too, because like I was saying at the beginning, it's saying the gloves are off. Even if it's not granted, it puts on file that JD is essentially calling this person crazy, calling them mentally unfit, and saying, hey, can we get somebody that's independent in here to examine this person? Because they're trying to ruin my life. Now, as far as this motion is concerned, or really this strategy is concerned, period, this is brand spanking new to all of us. Nobody knew that we were going to see anything like this. Nobody knew to be looking for that. We were wondering what the strategy would be going forward, but today this popped up in the electronic filing system, and props to the real Laura B for finding it too. Oh, she found a real bombshell. Now, if you look to the top of this is very important, by the way. You'll notice the file date under the filed motion ticket. You'll see that it was filed with the court on September the 3rd, 2021, 12:31 p.m. And the reason that date is crucial is spelled out right here under time to be heard. You'll notice you have a check box here and then a check box here. This check box, by the way, is the important one as far as date is concerned. You have a date, you have the type of cases that are heard then, and then you have a question. Does this motion require 2 weeks notice? Yes. That means that nameless person has to have 2 weeks to prepare for this. They have to have 2 weeks to put together some type of argument. And you know what they do? Again, filed September the 3rd, 2021. When's the date for this to be heard? Friday, September the 24th, 2021. And they estimate the time at this at around 30 minutes. They're actually not allowed to have over 30 minutes, so they took their maximum time. Now, I love the title of this motion, by the way. Why? Because it's an eye catcher. It is a spicy, spicy nugget. You know that nameless person and their team saw it. They thought, oh my gosh, if this thing goes through, we're going to have a problem. Motion to compel independent mental examination. Now, as far as this document is concerned, we don't have access to all of it currently. We may not ever have access to all of it, in fact, because it may contain other prior mental health examinations. And that's interesting to me. Why? Because it could help determine whether or not this could transpire. Now, something that I find absolutely fascinating is that after looking through all of the cases and all of the statutes on this, unlike, say, 99.99% of everything that nameless person files, it could absolutely happen. It would be at the discretion of the judge that's hearing this. The judge, by the way, that would be hearing this is the judge that hears everything else. We're not talking about a new judge that makes this determination. This is the same person that's heard all of the accusations, that's heard all of the evidence, that knows all of the lies, everything that went on behind the scenes. And I wonder, with those attachments there, the ones that we're not seeing, is there more? So when it comes to that nameless person, they have never been honest. They have never been forthright. When it comes to their mental health evaluations, you can tell that when they text people that are providing any type of care for them. Look at this here, for example. Text from AH to Connell Collin. JD did a number on me tonight. I'm safe and with my support tonight, but need some real help. Can I come tomorrow? I called earlier because I thought I had a concussion and didn't know if I should have called the police, but I have a nurse close to me, and Rocky and her have been here for me. Can I see you tomorrow? Now look at the response that the provider has back. Oh, so sorry to that nameless person. Come over today at 11 a.m. This happens multiple times, by the way. Here's that nameless person texting the same person, telling them, hey, sorry I haven't called because Rocky came over last night, then dealt with security, called the nurse. Remember that nurse, by the way? They're going to come up. They're buddies with that nameless person until they say something that they don't like, but for medical help, and then went down to sleep. Today has been filled with work. I'm shooting a late show appearance today with 2 black eyes. In short, I need your help. We'll have time tomorrow to get it. Can you please make time for me? Johnny beat me up pretty good last night. He's using again. And the response to this is tomorrow, 11 a.m. Now think about that from a practitioner perspective. If someone is in imminent danger, if there is a threat of imminent harm, you have to report it. This person not reporting that, this person's answers like this, yeah, they say plenty. What do they say? Well, I'll leave that up to you to determine. Now, that nurse that she's referencing is one Aaron B. And Aaron B is fascinating because that nameless person tries to weaponize them, actually calls them a friend at one time until they talk about their mental health background and substance abuse. Then, they're not right at all. So here's a lawyer asking that nameless person about a medical note written by Aaron B, who noted that nameless person has a history of anxiety, suffered from an eating disorder, and ADHD. The nameless person says, you know what, that's a mistake. The note also says that nameless person reports, so this would be their own words, a history of substance abuse, including addiction to cocaine and liquor. Now, that nameless person says, I've never had an eating disorder. I've never been diagnosed with bipolar. So they're saying, hey, I am bipolar, but I've never been diagnosed, and I've never had a history of substance abuse or of liquor. So, despite everything that you've seen in the courtroom, despite everything you see in the paparazzi, where the person's carrying around 2 boxes of wine, they're said to have been drinking 1 to 2 bottles a day. Yeah, they don't have a problem there. Then they also say that JD says that I've been diagnosed as borderline, a borderline toxic narcissist personality disorder, that I have other unspecified personality disorders, that I'm a sociopath, etc. This is all completely untrue. See, that's what makes this so spicy, by the way, because that nameless person is afraid of scrutiny. They're afraid of what someone will find in there, and you know what? There's a lot to find. Besides those notes, you have a therapist that's made notes too. Those things are also public. They talk about anger. They talk about jealousy. They talk about a lack of coping skills when it comes to that stuff. Yeah. This is JD too. He's coming out swinging. No more letting somebody just ruin his life and his livelihood. I think that that's a great move, by the way. But anyway, let me know what you think about this stuff. And as always too, appreciate the heck out of you. You make this stuff work. Thank you. Check out the links in the description too. That includes the sign up for our new product coming up soon. I hope you check that out. But yeah, I'm going to leave you with this. Thank you. I appreciate you. See you soon.